All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you're a avid member of the channel, keep on doing that great work by sharing the contents far and wide. So, anyways, I just decided that I'm gonna do a fast player rating and situation breakdown due to the fact that I'm literally here waiting for maybe like a 30 minutes or so. All right. So, anyways, the second installment of the games that Jamaica played Trinidad ended. So the second one ended 1-0, and the first one ended 1-0. So Trinidad won the overall battle. All right, they won the overall battle. Let me know your thoughts, or you thought that the guys feared off. Over two games, Mr. Hallgrimsson did exactly what he stated that he's going to do, which is to um, try to get to see everyone or impress to or you with these individuals. All right, I'm going to go over both games because obviously we have watched it, and we are more analytical than anything else, so we know exactly what took place over the two games. So am I impressed? I would say over the two game, no. You understand me? Yes, I would say no. And a lot of work left to be carried out. You know, a lot of work. If we are going to say that we have this deep pool, all right, because once you're talking about these deep pool, we expect to include these players that played on this roster. And to be honest, I was not as impressed as how other people jump up and say things. But I've realized that a lot of things is wrong with Jamaica making the World Cup. You understand me? And the first thing that they have to get out is too much people around um the main people. At first I said this when I came out and said the coach should not have any affiliation with nobody. And this is exactly what I was running from, you know. I just strongly believe that too much people is around um the people that's making decision, so I don't feel comfortable anymore with it as before, as previous. I would have felt a little bit more comfortable. You understand me? The selection, I don't think the selection was properly done. You understand me? In the end, you get me? Because really and truly, this might be a next set of games that we might never pick all of our players them that we truly wanted to see. You get me? So a lot of things I am not 100% with, you know. I'm not 100% with. We could have done better, and I don't see this as a success. I'm telling you, I don't see it as a success, as in seeing players, because none of them really impressed me, you know. And I think if people genuinely want to talk the truth, yeah, because obviously you have a lot of people. They're all in it for beneficial treatments. Big up yourself, Richie and Royalty. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Ian, Mr. Dre. All right. Mr. Dre. Yeah, man, all of the man will just come in. Yeah, man, big up on yourself. Yeah, man. So for me, it's tough. It's tough, you know. We might not have we might have the names and the pool, but the pool needs some revamping. You know, the pool needs some work. The pool needs some work. You know, that's one thing I would say. The pool needs some work. Right, and the pool needs to clean out, and too much corruption in a Jamaican football. You know, yeah. So if we not reach nowhere, me think say too much corruption in a Jamaican football, you know. So that's the problem, you know, because I think the man should be using these opportunities to really it's tighten up every screw to get things done. And I don't think we did that in the last one. All right, so that is my biggest problem. Pool needs some serious remodeling. Yeah, man, Leon Price, man. King Black's exclusive. Things take time. Don't come overnight. No, I know it don't come overnight, but you're talking about me, you know. I am not the person that jump to trash things, you know. So sometimes I know way more than you, King Blacks exclusive. That's why I say certain things, but I just don't say it out fully. All right. Yes, it needs some whole heap of revamping. All right. And I think this thing of the coach talking about him have to learn the culture and mix with the culture. No, I don't believe that is a success. I think you have to come and change the culture. You have to come and change the culture in terms of footballing thing. Don't think you adapting the culture. You get me? Yes. So, but I will be watching it further. All right. Big up Kwani. You are absolutely correct. Too much people around the coach trying to push their narrative on the coach. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't like it, man. I see the direction it's going in, and I don't like it. Big up yourself, humble one. Thanks very much, all of you guys are chipping. I am literally in my car because I never had the third mouth mass. So my wife and my kid went inside, so I decided that I'm gonna just drop a 20 minutes because I'm already in the car sitting down. You know, yeah, man, King. One thing about we know jump certain things. We love we love the coach, and we love what the initial statement sounded like. But we still have to look at things and call it as it is because we are intelligent enough, and we try to seek additional information every single time to better ourselves and better our people. We don't try to use things to get one over our people. You get me? That's why every time I told you that when I turn my camera on, I'm not looking anything from nobody. You know, you hear me come here and tell say, I want a bicycle, I want a car, I want a no. Me not into that. Me come here and me really genuinely interested in a football. That's why I come here. I don't come here to try use this medium to seek anything else. That's not me. You understand me? I don't have time for that. You get me? If I want something in life, I go and do the work for it. You get me? I go and do the work for it. I don't need the hand down. You get me? And I think that's what Jamaica football is a lot of time. People want you to make sure you give them every start. Even when it comes down to the coaching, you hear people tell us that they need to put the man them in a position. Put what in what position? You need to put yourself in position. You get me? This is the only place on earth people put themselves. You have to put them in a position. No, you educate yourself and put yourself in a position. So what I've seen last night, let me chop it up now. Let me chop it up. What I've seen last night, they started with Wait. We told that Wait would have came back, so they never put in Akeem Bernard in the team. All right. Yes, and it makes no sense because you can't put him on the bench and you said you're gonna use everybody, but not use everybody. You understand me? Yes. So so Akeem Bernard get the last call up, but he never got the second one. So we were correct on that because it looks like it was a place, a free space. So they just fill the spot with the free space. So I'm okay with that. That is very much good. All right, because yesterday I never wanted you to force four keepers on the thing, and you just made an interview telling me that you're not going to be you're going to use everybody, and clearly you can't change four keepers in the time. And that would look correct for me, you know. So the fact you never picked him, I am perfectly alright with that. If Wait never came in and you picked him the second time, I am okay with that as well. You know, but I love the fact that they worked out that. In the back line now, they dropped King for Topi and put so the back line we got it correct. So we had Lembisika, Topi, Mariappa, and Thomas. We got that correct. So that simply tell you that we were looking at the football and what his statement is correct. We were looking at the maturity around the back that Mariappa would bring, and Topi would be a younger one. King and Thomas and Lembisika would have started out themselves based off the experience around them. So we got that correct. In the midfield now we have Anglin, Phillips, Walker, and Hutchinson. All right. It exposed that we never had no maturity in that midfield. So I think that's where one of the problems lied. When we never had no maturity in there because Hutchinson, Hutchinson, Phillips, and Anglin, none of those guys have the experience. Obviously, Walker played for the national team a few times. So I don't think he had the maturity to really steer them in the right direction. And then up front, we had Colin Anderson and Whisper there. So the midfield to forward line never had no experience. That is a fact. Never had any experience, and it really showed. They looked more energetic because they are younger. They made runs and continuously tried to make threats because they went into into entries, which is good. Morning, Jeremy Miller. Yeah, thanks for passing through. All right. I'm gonna come to the comment section, so just leave your thoughts there and make sure to smash the like button because that's how the visibility works. All right. Yes. So, anyways, Um, so I expected a slow start. I don't know what else people expected because I saw it and it was very clear that it would have been a slow start, and it makes it was very clear. It was very clear. All right. But at the end of the day, um, they looked more energetic. They still went for the long passes over and over, which I seem to not understand. If you already make two bodies in midfield, why would you still go for the long pass after? So all you're doing is pass the long ball, don't win it, and then put your midfield under pressure. So that is the biggest problem we have with this system, which is a 4-4-2. No, with the formation, which is 4-4-2, because every time you can't win the headers, because clearly we saw that Anderson is a physical presence, Whisper is a physical presence, but they are not good at all up at this point. They are not the best all up players. So why are you going long? Why are you going long? Both of them run down the ball. That is true. Anderson run down the ball a little bit more. Whisper has more control over when he has the ball. Yeah. So I understand, but the metric does never worked in the first half. Why we go so long? Because it was not beneficial at no point. So it slowed down the game in the first half for Jamaica. Trinidad, they're dropping deeper because all they just wanted to do is to nullify the unnecessary long balls them. And they did that really easy by just dropping back and then start their build-up play because our midfield is empty. So they're going to pass through our midfield regardless. So it doesn't matter if they're guys. If a man sit back deep, it doesn't matter if you can't stop them in the midfield. It doesn't matter if they're sitting back deep. So don't come and talk about they're sitting back deep because they still can pass your line. It's the same size of the field. The field does not change whether or not they sit deeper. You understand me? So the problem is when we couldn't seal those ear gaps like what we did in the second half of the first game. All right, yes. So, anyways, we made some changes in the second half. We brought on Ravel Morrison instant. We brought on Ravel Morrison, and things changed because Ravel Morrison dropped deeper to play a deeper role, and it looked better. It looked massively better because Whisper dropped from a striker, a secondary striker, to a central forward. All right, behind the actual forward. So Colin Anderson was up front and Whisper behind Colin Anderson. Hutchinson out wide. So they changed the 4-2-3-1 system. And immediately it looked like once Colin Anderson attempted to go for the ball. So even if he does not win the ball and the secondary drop down, Whisper is right behind it. Hutchinson is right behind it. All of them was right behind it. You saw it's good with formations. That's what I was telling you. So just by tweaking the formation, it gives you so much difference. All right, so much difference. So the second half when they made those changes, it looked completely different. All right. Big up yourself, Jason Goon, a massive respect. Yeah, man. So in the second half changes and the second half set of changes with the formation, it looked completely different, and we saw a little bit more composure. With Ravel making a few more passes, but they still never try to pass through the lines. They still try to stop and go over the top for reasons I don't know. So it's like we don't know how to truly create. It's weird. It's weird. We have the ball, we have everything, but we need to just make the proper moves, and we just don't know how to make the final entries. We just don't know how to make the final entries, and these are good players that does this on a regular basis for their team. So I don't know what happened. Is it too much of them in it or what? I don't know. All right, Lambakise is young, have a lot of room to grow. Yeah, man. Ed hurt him this morning. Sorry about that. Not impressed with Colin Anderson, Colin and Stuart. That is what will happen when you stay in Jamaica too long. Okay. All right. Kuan says if the coach says he has to adapt to the culture, that shows weakness. He will just become like the local coaches with more education, maybe. Longball FC. Agree with Ian. Whisper is the best young talent. but need a lot of polishing. Yeah, man. Last night kind of exposed a lot with our young players. Them first thing about your young players, them consistency will always be a problem. All right, so that is something that we have to look into. Omari Hutchinson, it took him until the 98th minute or 80 from 85 minutes to the end of the game to make some good final decisions. All right, Whisper was very much cold in the game, but he had moments that he did well. You understand me? I have to commend him because he's young. He's young, so I have to commend him just the same. But it was still inconsistency with both Whisper and Hutchinson just the same. All right, but Whisper is up forward and he made some runs. What I like. He did not make some runs that show you that he need more time to learn systems, formations and stuff, because remember he was always with Mr. Butler them. Mr. Butler them have their super formation that they said is the 2-2-2-2-15 or whatever, and press the life out of people. These coaches are different than Mr. Butler, so it give you this is an experience from Whisper to learn more and to become a better footballer. You understand me? I heard Mr. Butler said he never played the system before. So it was challenging for him to play that role. And Sportsmax, go back and listen to that. So that shows you that the youth is not experienced. So this is an opportunity for him to get more experienced. So the Chelsea move for him would only be good. It will only be good for him to keep on getting more opportunity to learn more from other coaches, and he only can get better and better from here. And the other young players, I would say the same. Richard only getting all this hype because of his age. He did nothing in those 2 games. That is coming from Claude Murphy. Claude Murphy, you're from Trinidad, okay? Yeah, but you have to understand our culture, you know. Our culture, I think it goes back to being local, and they want to see our next get a youth rise, you know. And he has talent. I'm not gonna deny that, you know. I would agree with you that he was not productive in the 2 games. That is true, but he tried. He tried. Nobody from Jamaica team was really productive in the 2 games, Murphy. If you want to be honest, nobody was productive. So I wouldn't put it all on the kid, but I understand. Maybe you're saying the hype does not match the actual quality of the performance, which I would say is true. But he's Jamaican born, and people in Jamaica want to make sure they can feel like they have an opportunity out, which I have no problem with that. And I think that's what they see in Whisper, seeing Leon Bailey and stuff. All right. So even if they don't play well, they're going to try to find any metric to say that they did something on the field, and it will come off a little bit biased. But that is just their belief system of wanting to believe that they can reach somewhere from inside Jamaica as well. So I think that's what it's connected to. I've researched it long enough and listened to enough people talk, so I know that is the situation. All right, guys, as you come in, make sure to smash the like button. We are just here chopping up the game and giving our take, because you know it's all in the brain, and we out here flexing. We are at Hanpanfe hospital. Yes, and I'm only killing a little time. Jamaica gain higher success long ball rate when we play the 4-2-3-1 formation, because we have an extra player around the player who challenging the ball. Yes, that is true. That is definitely true. Morning, coming from Tyrell. Big up yourself. All right, Trinidad defenders are taller and stronger than us. So enjoy when we play the long ball. They will win them 95% of the time, in which they did. All right. Blonde youth, number 18, poor. That's Colin Anderson. The only ear colored. Ravel was playing a CDM role. No, he was playing not a CDM role, but a deep line playmaker. The CDM role was towards I think it was what, because he had Phillips and Anglin. Anglin came off for Ravel, so it was Phillips and Ravel at the same time. So Phillips would be doing the dirty work to block the lanes and everything, and Ravel would be the progressor of the ball at the time. Topi, not ready. Too much unnecessary long ball. He's not changing. Keep on doing the same thing over and over. All right. 2 games at home, score 0 goals. Our striker are not good. Okay, Claude Murphy, you're Jamaican. I thought you're Trinidadian. DNA, JD, do you feel the coach tell these players to make those long passes? No, 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 no. I think they're just trying to they used to certain things, and it's called football in education. So they are young, so a lot of them will figure it out over time. So because they can't break through, they got frustrated and just go over the top. You get me? Because it's called what you would say then, perceived um perceived perceived progress, but it looks as if we're doing something but ain't doing much, because when they drop so deep, you have to try draw them out. But because you force it, it looks like you're really getting somewhere, because the striker would make a movement and stuff. But if you had drop back, feel more composed at passing the ball from out the back, over the top would become more effective. Our passing through the lines would have been more effective and give your striker a real more percentage chance of scoring. All right. My blood pressure raised yesterday because of the Reggae Boyz. All right. JD, it was all passive passes. When to make entry, we overpass or just panic and kick the ball away. All right. These youngsters have the ability, but they need time to grow. None of them ready at this time. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why we should just know that we have these players in the talk. And if the coach go on and pick his actual team, we don't come here with our bag of foolishness and tell you who need to be ready, or who need for this and who need for that, because it's not necessary. All right, so you have Athena. Oh, you do, man. Caribbean football is in good hands. All right, nice. I like Whisper's confidence, but he needs a lot of development to reach the next level. I agree. And yeah, but I think he will get enough time. He's going to the Chelsea thing, so that will definitely improve him. The passes JA put together was all lateral passes. No danger going forward, only with long passes. When TNT start passes from the back, it goes through the midfield because we have nobody in the midfield. Yeah, man, TNT still look more dangerous than Jamaica, to be honest. You get me? Because they're under control. They're under control when they're making their passes and their final entries. And that's why it will always be a better percentage chance of finishing. So no matter what you do, if you off and pop, it's not going to come off good, people. I'm telling you, it's not going to come off good always. All right. Okay. Liam Price says right now Whisper lacks adaptability. I don't think so. It does take a little more. It may take a little more time. Omari Hutchinson was atrocious yesterday. Yeah, he never played well at all. But he did more in the last 8 minutes of the game than what anybody did in the full game. So even though he was atrocious, that's how football goes. Because in the last part of the game, he made two passes inside. That was the two better passes of the entire game. You understand me? So he was not good either. You get me? None of them was actually good, as what we said. JD, the entire team was 4. All right. And JD, you get put out again? No, this is my wife's car, but she in the hospital with my daughter. But because I never had the extra mask, I just stayed outside, and she just go in there to get it done. So yeah. And I said I'm gonna do it at this point so I can have my night free. Yes. The domestic coaches is failing miserably on their jobs. They can't produce quality product to beat Guatemala, El Salvador, or even Haiti team. But they love run them big mouth, Price and Stewart. All right. Big up Warren, thanks for being here. Then we have our brother Chris Smith, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Tyler Roberts was the best player for Jamaica, in my opinion. All right. I think a lot of people would agree. And I think it's very bad that Tyler Roberts never got more game, because Tyler Roberts might have done more runs than anybody else on the field. That was in maybe the both 2 games. More sensible runs. Let me not overhype him, but I think we needed more of that directness from somebody, and the threat of actual real speed, that somebody know that you can outthink them there, because he's not just running. He's thinking while he's running, and he's opening up spaces and channels for people as well. But I guess nobody saw that, you know? Yes. So Tyler Roberts was good. Roshan, massive respect. Thanks for being here. All right. Is there Caribbean World Cup? I, okay, Jamaica could not qualify. Using domestic. Um, no, but you don't need to even look on domestic when it comes on to Jamaica because I don't think it's necessary. We are ranked 13th in the region for a reason. So more unlikely, all those other guys and more of the other countries don't use overseas based players so much. You get me? Honduras and El Salvador, Panama, majority of them players are locals. Costa Rica, their leagues are better than ours, so they have the luxury to use more local players and get more things out of them. So yes, that is correct, but that would not come off well because Jamaica has these players and have their players outside playing. Leon Bailey, Blake, Lowe, they all have them, you know. Um, in the first game, they blamed the field. Then they played on the best field in Jamaica and came up blank again. Now they blame coach. Wow. All right. Exactly my point, JD. Topi and King just keep making long passes. All right. Um, Last night people made their rating and everything. I had no problem with it. I let everyone have their ratings. Well, me, I gonna make my ratings now. So in goal, we had Wait. Thought that Wait was okay. Did his thing, command his box, clamp down a few people. You know, because one thing I can tell you, the Trinidadians them feel the beating. You know, yes. So he clamped down a few people. Yes. So he was okay. I think a 4 or a 5, which I think the best players were both the goalkeepers that came on in our team. And I think that was very much evident. All right. Then Lembisika, I think Lembisika got a lower score for me. Lembisika would have gotten a 4. To be honest, he was a little bit better than Thomas. But the difference between Lembisika not making people pass him like Thomas. Thomas was leaking that way, but it's still important to not make people initiate that pass from over your angle. And every single time that diagonal ball that went over to the left back side for our side, which is the right side for Trinidad, it was Lambakisa's lane they were passing it from, and it put unnecessary pressure on Thomas. Thomas showcased that he lacks position awareness because every single time the winger got him, he passed him with relative ease. You get me? So Lembisika got a 4 for me. Thomas, he would have gotten a 2 for me. I think he was worse than Lembisika because Lembisika actually can tackle better than him, stronger than him, faster than him, recovered better than him, IQ work better than him. So even though he was poor, he still showcased that he had more ability to adapt to the situation. And worst off, he's not in his own elements. He's in Jamaica. That's why I gave him the 4 there. And Thomas 2. I think Thomas was very bad. One of the worst players on the field. Chelsea will help Whisper. Yes, that is true. That is true. Everton said Topi is definitely not ready for football at the international level. He had so many opportunities to control the ball and make a good pass on the ground. Instead, it was all one time and long balls. Big up yourself, Everton. Hope all is well with you, man. All right, you're in the family. Cause long time I didn't see you. All right. Yeah, man. She's okay. It's just because you have to wait in line and stuff, and they're gonna collect the paper because it was an assessment thing. All right. Yeah, so she's okay. Doing big up yourself, man, and thanks for being here. Massive respect. Omari is much better than Bailey at winning back possessions. Sack passe, JD Grimson. My goodness. You see that style? Him a style me, you know. I call him a Grimsy, you know. But anyways, that's 3 players I've named out. So 2, 4, and 5. 4 and 2 so far. So Wait 4, Lembisika 4, Thomas 4. Inside now, Mariappa. I will give Mariappa a 3.5 because he does talk and try to indicate where people should play, and it helps a lot yesterday in the first half as well. All right, Topi, he would get a 2, just as Thomas as well, for reasons that was very clear. His ability to read the situation and what position his team is in and what needed to be at times. So his footballing levels, football IQ, they would say, never showed yesterday, and I think everyone said the same. All right, JD, without knowing the names of the players, who would you say stood out in both games? Lambakisa, busy. Lambakisa busy. Hutchinson in the first game, and in this game, I would say Kemar faster, and that's about it. Because in the second game, nobody never really do nothing on the field. To be honest, they had more of the possession, they had more options to do more things, and they did not much. So Jason Clark, over the first game, 3 players: Lambakisa, busy, and Hutchinson for the first game, and the second game, Kemar Faster made a good save there. All right, let me know who you would say Jason Clark in the 2 games. All right, because remember, I'm calculating things and I'm giving you my reasons why I've gone for them. I think these local clubs should stop forcing these undeveloped players in the national team. JD, if Whisper in the national team, so can you and I. Okay, wow, that's a little bit extreme. I don't think I'm in the condition to do that. Yeah. Big up yourself. Football, global, massive respect. All right, J Room 876, one of the ones them from a long time in the space. Massive respect. All right. Thanks very much for being here. Yeah, man. So that's my back line. Let me know if I'm being too harsh with them. Wait. All right, let me know if I'm being too harsh. A lot of people in the stream, massive respect, man. All right, let me know if Thomas was garbage, Walker garbage, Topi garbage. Jesus God. So people being even worse than me with their voting. My goodness. If Everton says, I think it is time for the coach to bring in Boyz Clark in the keeping setup. Yes, I think if he can bring in, if they brought in Akeem Bernard, Boyz Clark for being the team 16 times. But I understood that Boyz Clark play for our official team, so it's not easy to bring them in. But definitely, if you're going to bring in those players, the youth, the actual good players, they need to get an opportunity. JD, our domestic players can't play under pressure. As soon as they get pressure, they go to long passes. That is a problem there. So how can we fix that? Should we try to force our domestic league to play a certain type of brand of football so we can get more concentration and the lack of anxiety? What say you guys? Because I think that is true, when Mr. Thompson said, job bless, JD, it's long time, but it's because of work. No, man, Demarks, man. We love the fact that you can come back and still see we here chopping it up. And one thing I have to say, yesterday we never streamed the game because somebody come and promise me that they can do it, and they pull out for reasons we don't know. All right, because they said that they can't hold it or whatever the situation is, which I find it bad if Jamaica can't find a stand. If you can't find a stand in Jamaica for any money on planet Earth because we are not short of money, you understand me? It shows you that's bad, but we never did it. And I said that to say this. Anytime the half time comes, everybody come to the channel. And anytime the full time done, everybody come to the channel. So the marks, it shows that we have an impact in this space of talking actual football. You get me? So we respect if you come back 10,000 times apart. We have no problem. All right. We have no problem. All right. When you say the actual good players, what you saying? I'm saying the actual good players, like for Jamaica, we saw the U20s. Clark was the best player on the national team for U20. No one is as good as this goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was a breath of fresh air. He's like Andre Blake in a younger format. And he has the attitude of Andre Blake as well. You understand me? So I said he's better than Akeem Bernard by a good stretch. I don't have to walk and put down any other conversation. You get me? Any other conversation, all right? Any other conversation. I'm not asking you. Clark, that goalkeeper, obviously people use the thing and say in England he's not getting any game. Obviously, because you might have better goalkeepers in England. We have to use our conversation. And what we saw that Clark might be better than a lot of other goalkeepers in our pool. And that is just the truth, you know? Um um United said you could stream with Manning's man. No, I don't think so. I think I will stream with myself. I think I can literally put myself together and do a commentary. And believe me, uno realize I am good at doing this thing, you know? Yes, I can do it by myself. The first thing I would learn about both teams. So it wouldn't come off one-sided. So that's the first thing I would always do. And that because I do it naturally, I think I can hold a commentary by myself. Maybe me and Jason Guna can actually do it by ourselves. And I can tell you, I'm not going to tell you, so we're the best thing around here by a country mile. I'm not asking you. You get me? But next time, if Jamaica have a game, we will work that, and me and Jason will do it, and you will see it. All right? I'm not asking you because me and Jason study all of the players them, so we can draw more people from other countries to the space. No disrespect to anybody else, but if that's what we do, you know, so that's how we come up different. Jairus, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. In order for the style of play to change, it can't start at the national team level. All right, it has to start from grassroots. So that's what I'm saying. Look, guys, we are gonna keep on saying we are not. Trinidad is not as good as us. Be honest to yourself. You think that we look like we're more educated in football than Trinidad yesterday? Be honest to yourself. We have 150 here, and even the biased Jamaican fan would say no. They look like they have a system. They look like they played football. They use the football fundamentals to the IST. You understand me? They don't panic. 3 Jamaicans around them. They look about the triangle. We never did the triangle press, but by accident we have 3 Jamaicans around one Trinidadian player. He looks back. All right, he knows, he already visualized what he had to do before getting the ball, and then now he has 2 more angles because he already knew about the angle that he was coming from, so he knew about the next 2. I think only Hutchinson alone I saw played football like that. All right. The ratings is weird. They kept a clean sheet and kept and the defensive ratings were low. Yeah, man, it was still low because remember, it's not just keeping the clean sheet is a problem. You get me? It's more than that. It is also playing out the starting the play and stop putting pressure on yourself. So if you keep a clean sheet, but 50 times you made the ball come back to you, so you had to go into forceful challenges. Don't brother, go flop yourself. All right, Akeem here, we know who you is, you know? Yeah, so I don't have answer to you. You're just one of the sheeps them in life. Just want to say something otherwise. I know why, I now see why Butler don't allow his player to play in the JPL. The locals are levels are really low. All right. JD, we are going to keep having headaches because players just good enough. 2 years now, we are watching them. What has changed? All right. Big up yourself, Sean. Massive respect. All right. No, sir, Trinidad look better than us. All right. See? So, look here, what we are going to say, when we leave out of these both games, if you had to pick players from both teams who look like better players, it would not be the Jamaican players, them. It would not be none of the Jamaican players, them, to be honest. None whatsoever. You understand me? Black Star, how you doing, man? JD, I can't beat Hallgrim. He told us what he was doing from the start. So why the fuss? No. We're not fussing. We're just picking our team and going through. And remember, the fuss is, you know, the people them coming here and telling you who to make the national team. And then by sense, we saw that none of them people can make the national team. Manners and respect, JD. Our local forwards don't know how to peel off defenders or know how to make dangerous runs. Yeah, man, it was sad, you know. Imaxit football. The morning car crack. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We just here for a little while. We were the better team by far. Why wouldn't you even question that? All right, Akeem Gale. Yeah, sometimes you just have to. I don't think you actually know football, so you just need to leave football alone, Akeem Gale. You just talk anything opposite here, and you just try to say you be patriotic. And people like you, they make Jamaica reach nowhere. You understand me? Yeah, because you can't see life, you know. Your ego is you're Jamaican and you're the greatest. So you can't be objective to nothing. Your brain cell don't work when it comes on to Jamaica. It might work to other things in life, yeah, but that is a problem, bro. You know, if you think that you're a better team, you know nothing about football. All right, you know nothing about football. You know nothing about football, Akeem Gill. You come here every time with a bag of foolishness. No, Trinidad are the better players on the field and look more composed in their actual job, what they wanted to do. Yes, Jamaica never look comfortable in what they're doing, and Jamaica was not the better team. They were not the better team. Because if they were the better team with all the position, they would have done better with if so. Okay, you know, you saying they are a better team, that simply means they should have created more clear cut chances. Tell me the clear cut chances that Jamaica. You watch the game 2 times. Tell me the clear cut chances that Jamaica played. All right, we can tell the clear cut chances that Trinidad did. Trinidad never had the lion's share of the position. We had said that. We had said that Trinidad never had the lion's share of the possession. But tell me the clear cut chances that Jamaica created. Remember, you know, the shot that Whisper got off, you know, that was not even a clear cut chance, you know. You didn't know that. So kudos to Whisper to create something out of nothing. So we can clip videos and put it out that Whisper get a shot off because that's all we did. So why you come here with foolishness now? You understand me? Come on, man. Give other people them credit, man. And the first manner of improving is to know who you are. If you ain't good, just say you ain't good, man, and then start looking at ways to be good. But to say that you're the super great and you're the best this and the best that, boy, I'm sorry. But if a people like Akeem Gill, we can't reach no more World Cup. Me not ask you. If a people like Akeem Gill, we can't reach the World Cup. Let me continue with the middle now. For me, I'm just trying to get the middle. 1 second, just pulling off this jacket. Let me talk about the middle now. The middle of the park. We had Phillips, Anglin, and we want to see Akeem Gill rating now. So Phillips, Anglin, Phillips and Anglin. We have to give them credit because they looked a little bit more solid at the start than our first game, 100%. That is true, 100%. Jerome said Trinidad always looked dangerous on the break because our backline was flat. One good ball and the whole backline get beaten. All right, so want to hear from Mr. Intelligent Akeem, because Akeem gave the brightest thing. So we want to hear from him. So Phillips and Anglin, they did look better than our first start. We have to give them credit for that. They pushed the intensity a little better, but their passes was not even better either, you know. But at least they showed more fight and energy than our first start. So that is fair enough. So give them credit. They are locals and they try. They look like they wanted it more than our first start of the game in like in Montego Bay. All right. Yes. So we have to give them credit. So for that now, I think they would have gone into the bracket of 4. In the bracket of 4. All right. In the bracket of 4. 1 second. You come back, Jimmy? Okay. All right, guys. I am going to run because my family came back. Yes. So I will continue it right after. So let's pause up, Jimmy. Let me go through it. 4, and then wide, Wide was Hutchinson and Walker. I think Hutchinson and Walker would get 3 apiece. Pause that there. 3 apiece. And then up front, Whisper and Anderson would get I think Whisper would get a 5 for me. Just for the effort. Anderson would have gotten less. I would give Anderson a 3.5 because Anderson worked hard. All right. Yes. What you do you see, Belgium? Okay. 1 second, 1 second. All right. So guys, we are gonna link up later. All right. Yes. So take care. See you later.